how's it going? So if you're a network marketer and you're like, man, I need some kind of result to keep me in the game here, I'm losing motivation fast, then this video will definitely help you. I've got 7 things that you can do to keep on track, to get re-energized, to stay motivated, so you can do what you came here for, which is finish and get that goal that you started when you joined network marketing. I remember when I first started MLM, you're full of enthusiasm, aren't you? You're like, I saw the triangles on the whiteboard. The guy said I'd be at the beach when 3 get 3 get 3 in 3 months. And then the reality kicks in that it's way harder than that. But it's still a fantastic industry. If you can do it correctly, it can completely change your life, as it has done mine. So I'm not here to try and promote any network marketing company. I'm here to train you as a network marketer what actually works, since I sponsored over 700 people in my time in network marketing. So let's look at number 1. Number 1 is you got to fix your goal, right? I'm not very tall. I'm 5 foot something. I don't know. I'm not very tall, right? So if I see something and I say my life's goal is to jump and slam dunk a basketball, I mean, that's probably going to be out of my reach unless I get a trampoline or want to wreck my knees to pursue that goal. So if I decide that that's my goal and I'm not willing to budge on that, I'm always going to be demotivated, because I'm always going to stand underneath the basket and go, my goodness, it's so far away. I need a ladder or a trampoline, right? I'm going to be like, that's not a good goal. So a lot of people in network marketing, they pick their first goals along with their initial enthusiasm. It's like, they've never had anything more than $200 in the bank, and they're like, I'm going to be a millionaire this year. And you're like, whoa, chill out. That's probably not going to happen. And you're just going to be in the first week, you're going to be like, I'm already 50 grand behind. This is terrible. I quit, right? So we don't want to have that happen. So the first thing to do, I suggest you are optimistically realistic. So you want to be on the high end of what you feel is possible, but you do feel it's possible, even probable for you. Does that make sense? So fix your goal. If your goal right now is way out there and you think it makes you like a visionary to do that, it doesn't. It makes you sad, like as in unhappy sad. So let's keep the goal something we can actually attain at a stretch, but we can get it, okay? Number 2, fix your plan. I'm going to be a millionaire. Oh, really? So what does that look like? I'm going to make sales and do business. I'm going to have a huge network marketing team. Okay, how many people do you need in your team to do that every week? Precisely a lot, Richard. Okay, so you basically have no idea then, do you? I speak to a lot of people over many years and coach them to success in network marketing. One of the biggest mistakes a lot of people make is, and I get it, I've been to the company events too. Woo! We do the conga in the aisle. We stand up and talk to the person next to us. I'm going to be a winner. Are you going to be? Yes, I'm going to be a winner too. And then we all go home. We go, we're all winners. But we have no idea how to do what kind of practical information we received. So how is that going to make a difference? Oh, it's not. Oh, I'm sad. Oh, I want to be a millionaire. I'm 50 grand behind. So we can see how it falls apart. So if you have a goal that you fixed in step number 1, which is why I gave it you as number 1, next thing to do is work that goal backwards and say, what physically has to happen for me to reach that goal? If it's 10 grand a month, well, what does that look like in terms of your compensation plan, in terms of how many sales you have to make, in terms of the activity required day in, day out to make that goal a reality? Because if I can break it down, let's say, and I say, you know what, I've worked out that if I can have 10 conversations a day, 2 people watch a presentation, over the week, 2 of them will sign up. At the end of the year, that's over 100 new team members, and that's what I need to reach my goal. I can now focus on number 4. Let's skip number 3. I can focus on, in fact, we'll swap them around. I can focus on number 3, which is actions over results. See, if I'm saying to myself all the time, I've got to make 10 grand a month, got to make 10 grand a month, if you're not at that level yet, it seems so far away if you're at 0, right? It seems so far away. But if I can focus and say, all I've got to do is have 10 conversations a day, oops, went a bit wrong there, 10 conversations a day, I know that I've worked the numbers and I've done the math and I've worked it backwards and checked it. If I know that's going to lead me to my goal, I can now focus on this and forget about the results. I can just focus on my actions and feel clear and secure that I'm doing the right thing. Do you see how that makes sense? So many people are like, oh, I didn't sign up 5 people today. I'm a loser. Well, no, the numbers will work themselves out if you're putting the numbers and the effort in the right smart areas. And if you take the time while you're thinking level-headedly to figure those right areas out, or you get coaching or you buy a product, you get help on that, you can feel like I'm doing the right things. You can focus on the actions over the results. And that brings me to number 4. For goodness sake, make a decision. Make a decision. Plans change, decisions don't. It's the difference. A plan, I plan to do this. If you said to me, excuse me, Richard, I got a party this weekend and you're invited, and I say, oh, I plan on coming. I'm not coming. If I say, you know what, I've decided I'll be there, I'm coming unless there's a catastrophe, right? There's a big difference between I'm planning on doing something or I am decided I'm doing that. Planning means it's up for debate, doesn't it? Well, I was planning on doing that, but I'm open to options, right? I've decided that is what I'm doing. It means shut up and leave me alone. My decision has been made. If you're in an argument with somebody, well, I was planning on doing that means and now I'm not. If you say, well, I've decided that's what we're going to do, it's like fight or nothing, right? Because that's what I've said. So decide, make a decision in your business that once you form that plan and that goal, that you're going to stick to it even when it gets rough. It's okay to make adjustments as long as they're going along the same plan. If you decide that when you say a certain type of conversation to another, it works better, adjust and go with that type of conversation. When you realize that using a certain type of presentation or Facebook ad or whatever is getting better results in another area, it's okay to siphon off energy into what's working. But don't suddenly decide on Monday that you want to build a huge customer base. Tuesday, actually know it's going to be reps. Wednesday, know you want to build a next rank. Thursday, know it's about team duplication. You're never going to get progress anywhere. So decide what the big goal is for you and the plan. Focus on those actions and decide you're going to stick to them, okay? Number 5. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 8. There's 8 reasons, not 7. So you get a bonus one. We'll say 7 plus a bonus so I don't look stupid. So the next one, celebrate the wins. What are we up to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Celebrate wins. Write this down. One of the biggest mistakes I made early on was constantly looking at where I was falling short. Most of the time when we get into network marketing, we've come in through not failure, but we're failing, right? We're lacking the money we want. We're lacking the freedom we want. We're lacking the something. We're missing something. There's something missing. We want to fill a gap. So we come to network marketing to fill that gap. So we're already feeling a little bit like, man, I've been through the ringer a little bit here. I'm ready to make a change. So if we don't celebrate the wins, because that situation is going to take time to work itself out, it isn't like you're going to sign up 5 people this week, which would be a good number for you, right? Still isn't going to solve all your financial worries, is it? Signing 5 people up this week isn't going to build you the residual income to set you free. So it's going to take time. Network marketing is a residual model. It's going to take time for you to reach those ultimate goals. So if all you're doing is saying, I signed up 5 people today, I still got a bunch of debt. I signed up 5 people today, it's going to take months to get anywhere decent though. I signed up 5 people today, but this is why it's still not that good. You're constantly going to feel demotivated, like, can I even really do this? Because even when I get a result, it ain't good enough. Consistency counts. Give it time for the compound effect to kick in. So celebrate the wins. Now, when you do something that makes a difference, even if it's just someone says, yes, I'll take a look at the presentation for the first time, as opposed to, no, it looks like a scam. Well, if you think about the starting point of a business and where you need to be to get somebody to say yes, if this is like no interest, if somebody says to you, imagine a chart left to right, if someone actually says, yeah, I'll take a look, that probably takes them nearly halfway to saying yes to you. Because we have another bit which is a presentation, and then we have the conversion, right? So there's only a few steps to get them to that point. So if somebody goes from not interested, don't want to know, it looks like a scam, to I'll take a look at that, it sounds up my street, you've moved a long way, which is why focusing on your actions is smarter. We didn't get the result yet, but we're moving closer. And for you to recognize that by saying, you know what, family, let's go out for a meal. You know what, family, I'm not working today, we're going to have a movie night. You know what, family, let's go on a vacation, depending what your budget is. you're able to celebrate these wins so you can see significant steps towards getting that result. Again, that's going to keep you motivated because you see progression. I think the number one reason people quit network marketing is a perceived, not actual, a perceived lack of progress. If you don't think you're going to get anywhere in life in something, you quit it, don't you? If you knew you was around the corner and getting closer, you'd hang on in there, which is what these points are about, okay? Number 6, you can involve your significant others in those celebrations. So involve, I'll put accountability, because this is what this really does. Even with the that was a big one. Even with the first one, I don't know where that came from. Even with the first ones that we've done, we're still only self-accountable. And we're humans, and humans will take the path of least resistance always. How many times have you laid in bed when you should have got up? How many times have you hit the snooze button? How many times have you had a chocolate bar or a candy bar for my American friends instead of a healthy meal? How many times have you been going to the gym tomorrow? We are lazy by nature, right? Just the way that people are. So we constantly need to fight for ways and techniques to improve our personal performance. In fact, one of the first things that I do inside my premium program is on week 2, before getting into any tactics, is we talk about your personal performance, because it comes before anything, right? You have to be accountable to yourself, and a great way you can have even more accountability is by involving other people. So what we do in our family is, we haven't done it for a little while because of the old corona lockdown, but for years and years and years what we've done is we've had a chart, and I've said, you know what? This is a goal that I can hit in my business. And if I hit my goal, we're all going to do this. It could be in the past, it's been to Disney, it's been Singapore, it's been Italy, it's been all sorts of cool stuff, Lapland, and all sorts of cool stuff. Now there's a certain financial requirement, isn't there, of that? So what I do in my business is, week by week, we can fill this out. Okay, we're 10% of the way there. Okay, we're 20% of the way there. You know, I've involved other people and it's staring at me wherever I go, and the whole family's checking on it too. So if I don't put the work in, thankfully I'm at a level now where my business is predictable, so I know if I put the work in, I get the results. If I don't put the work in, then we all miss out. Who wants to be the father that says, remember I said we could meet the real Santa? Yeah. Remember I said we could go with reindeers and ride snowmobiles and like ice skate on a proper lake and ride with huskies? Yeah. I couldn't be bothered to work, so we're not going to do that. Okay, have a nice evening. Who wants to be that guy? Nobody. So if you can involve your family in something like that, it doesn't have to be a vacation or a holiday if you haven't got the finances right now. You can involve your family in something, even if you just tell them, okay, in 90 days time, I want to be able to buy this or do this. Put that pressure on yourself. Well, that sounds a bit scary, Richard. Life's scary, isn't it? I don't want to get all like Oprah on you here, but if you want to achieve anything significant, then it's going to take significant improvement. Because if you were good enough as you are right now, you would have the thing you wanted. Anytime we have any goal, it's going to require pain and sacrifice and bravery, because it's only a goal because you haven't got it right now. And you haven't got it right now because you don't deserve the damn thing. So when we set a goal and then we go, oh, but I'm frightened to try, of course you are. It's a natural response. But unless you have the bravery to go through that fear of failure and actually give it a go and improve yourself, you're never going to improve. This is why I always tell to people, I invest heavily in my education. I buy programs. I have coaching constantly. Why do you do that, Richard, when your business is already thriving? Because where does it end? It never ends for me. Progress is my life. I enjoy the progress. It's a game, a fun game that I enjoy playing. How many more cool places can we see? How many more people's businesses can I transform? How much further can I go as a person? It's a fun, cool game. Why would I want to stop that? I just don't get the way people feel that way. So I'm always putting pressure on myself to stretch myself, because there's nothing better than failing at something and then it clicking and winning and you're going, oh, that now means something to me. Because if everything was easy, life would be boring. Next thing, we've got 2 more left. Okay, number 7 is act as if. It's okay you saying that, Richard, but I'm a little bit down right now. I don't feel up for this, and this is a real heavy slog. I've been there. Like, I was 50 grand in debt when I came into this industry. And I had all sorts of negativity around me. Death in the family of someone I really cared about. illnesses, all sorts of stuff was happening at the same time. It was a lot. You feel like you just want to put the load down, but you can't because it's your life. I felt like that. I was exhausted. So I did 328 presentations, and they were all no's in a row. So can you imagine what it took after the 50th, 60th, 80th, 100th time of looking at my family and saying, because I used to do it the old-fashioned way until I found out online was better. So I used to say to them, oh, I'm going to go out, maybe this will be the one. And I'd have to walk back and be like, no, they say they're going to get back to me, next month maybe. 328 times is a lot. It's a lot to turn up to that presentation and go, hey, okay, so let me tell you about something really exciting. It took a lot of energy and effort for me to kind of put that face on all the time. So something I started to do was I started to visualize as though my life was as I wanted it to be. And I'm not saying you can wave a magic wand and go from, oh my God, this is crushing, to, woo, I'm high energy, Tony Robbins high-fiving and dancing on the stage with his hands things, clapping thing that he does. But what I'm saying is you can certainly go from, maybe you're 1, and let's say 100 is absolutely, you are high on life. Could you not go from a 1 to maybe a 40? 40 is 40 times better than 1, isn't it? So we could at least do something. And that's what I'm saying. Don't be all or nothing. Give yourself as many advantages as you can to stay motivated, okay? Because people feel that energy from you. So you could do a little exercise before you make a call, before you do a presentation, before you start messaging people. A morning routine is fantastic. This is why I do it in the morning, because it sets you up for the rest of your day and rest of your energy. So I take time to imagine my goals, my dream life. I imagined before I bought a BMW when I got a first bonus in one of my former network marketing companies. I managed to buy a BMW. And I used to imagine all the time sitting in the car and looking in the rearview mirror and seeing my family in the back and how proud they were of me. I used to imagine holding the steering wheel, what it would feel like, what it would smell like. When I put it into gear and put my foot down, it had a bit of juice behind it. I imagined all those things. I used to imagine them over and over. I used to imagine taking my family to certain places that we've now travelled to, going to Disney to look at my daughter's face. I used to imagine all these things and think, let me imagine that this is my life as it is already. Because if I'm willing to put the work in, then the results will catch up. Right? Do you see that? If you're willing to put the work in, then the results are a formality. It might not be now, but it's certainly when, not if. So I got myself into that emotional state of saying, you know what, yeah, I can do this. Other people have done better than me from worse situations. I'm down right now, but let me visualize what that looks like and what that feels like, what it smells like, what it tastes like. And I'd go from a 0 to maybe a 40 or a 50, sometimes an 80. And who knows, many of the times I got a yes from people, who knows that if I hadn't have been 80, I'd have been 40, they would have said no. Who knows that when I was a 40 and that was good enough, if I'd have been a 0 or a 10, they would have said no. And some of those people went on to duplicate massively in my business. So we want to give ourselves every advantage to stay motivated by generating results. And one of the ways we can do that is acting as if. How would I respond to this question if I was already the top rank in my company? How would I present this presentation if I already had millions in the bank? You'd be amazed at the behavioral changes that can occur that make you much more appealing and energetic and motivated to everybody that you talk to about your business. And then the last one, number 8, we'll call this a bonus. Sorry, I look stupid, remember. We'll keep that between us. Is control your environment. I'll put ENV. Because my writing's terrible anyway, isn't it? You came here for the instruction and what you can do in your business, not for like handwriting 101s, thankfully. So control your environment. Okay? Imagine that you are in a... have you ever painted, right? And you have the different colour paints, don't you, on the palette? And then you have a thing of water that you usually wash the brush in, right? You have like a glass of water. How does the water look after you've mixed like a bit of colour? It all ends up the same colour, doesn't it? It doesn't matter if you put a little bit of one colour and a little bit of other colour, because all of those colours mixed together make like a mucky black colour, a mucky brown or a purpley colour usually. That's what's going to happen. And if you take that brush out of that water and you put it straight to the paper, it's only going to be able to paint that colour. And this is the same thing that happens when we don't control our environment. We allow all these influences to mix up in our water, which is us, and they convert us to that murky, uncertain, same colour as them all mixed together. The combination of your influences is going to be whatever colour water you're going to end up, right? It's going to change you from being clear, a clear vessel, to whatever their inputs are. Do you see that? So if right now you're like, I really want to be a millionaire, Richard, or I want to get 5 figures a month, 6 figures a month, whatever it may be, right? And you say, you know what, Richard, but I'm not willing to make any changes in my environment, I'm going to say you're going to struggle from personal experience and from coaching many other network marketers to that level and above. So I know that some of the best instruction I could give you to stay motivated and get results, because you haven't got them right now, is being able to say, you know what, if these people right now don't believe in me, I need to find some people that do and put some time in with them. Because I'm not saying drop your family, drop your influence. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that when it comes to your business, make sure, for example, you could subscribe to my YouTube channel, or you could be in my email list, or you could buy a product from me, or coaching, or whatever, right? Even if you just want to watch the YouTube videos. That's 20 minutes of someone who's pro your business, talking it up and giving you help and guidance. Compare that to a family member who has no experience in this industry telling you why it wouldn't work, and you starting to get, oh my goodness, maybe they're right. See, if I can tell you, which is true, I did 328 no's in a row and sponsored over 700 people. I went from nowhere to building a huge business traveling around the world. I'm an ordinary everyday guy. I got a face for radio, right? I'm not some model. I'm not some athlete. I haven't got those advantages. You may say, oh, but you only did it because. I started from absolute zero, in fact, 50 grand in debt. So when you spend time with me on our time together, like on a video or on a podcast, wherever it may be, you're able to start to take a bit of my inspiration from my story, this is me pouring, by the way, not steering. You're able to take some of that and put it into yourself. I'm transferring some energy, hopefully I'm putting it out there for you to take and benefit from. So you need more people and influencers like me who are pro what you're doing and tell you you can do it and teach you how to counteract the negativity. Does that make sense? So the books that you read, the courses you're investing in, when you're sitting down in evening for TV, are you watching 3 hours of Netflix and no personal development? Could it be 2 hours of Netflix and an hour watching YouTube videos or a podcast or a program or coaching? Where is the guidance and the influencers that say, you know what, network marketing is a great business model. If you have the right instruction, you can make a go of it. And even if you're starting at zero or in a bunch of debt or losing big time or demotivated, you absolutely can turn that around, because I have and this person has, and here's how you do it. Can you see how on a daily basis it's like showering? If you want to get the benefits, if you want to be clean, stay clean and get the benefits, you don't want to get sore skin or all the horrible stuff that people that aren't clean get. You need to do that on a daily basis. If you just rolled around in the muck all day and got dirty and sweaty and never showered, how quickly would it be before you started getting real negative, negative results from that? But very quickly, wouldn't it? Like, I shower every day. So even if I don't think I ever go to bed without having a shower. I just can't. It's like a standard of mine. If you ask me to do that, in fact, the last time I did that, we went to the London, what's it called now? The big museum in London. We booked a night at the museum. So you sleep over in the museum. So there was us and another family and our daughters, and we slept. You take your sleeping bag, you sleep your camping gear, and you camp out in that big, massive place with the big dinosaur. You actually go sleep there. You do like a dinosaur hunt, you do some games and things, and then you sleep over in the museum. It's really cool. But of course it was a really hot day. It was the summertime. And I'm carrying with my friend Dave, we're carrying all these sleeping bags and things. We told the girls, listen, you go get something to eat. We'll drop stuff up at the train station. We'll go pick the stuff from the train station. We'll carry it through London. So on the tube and the train, sleeping bags, clothes, bags on our back. I mean, we were just sweating buckets. So I'm like, I can't wait to get there's no showers. And I have to sleep. I mean, I had a change of clothes and stuff, but it ain't the same. So I'm laid there in the sleeping bag, and it really bothered me. I was like, I can't wait. I'm enjoying. I'm not going to think about this and enjoy the experience, but I really want to get back and get a shower, because my environment was just the daily habits that I had on that day weren't congruent with the results that I wanted. Right? Do you see that? So if your environment becomes out of your control, and you start to just go with whatever, and you're not focusing on that, there's nothing to stop you slipping in and becoming exactly like everybody else that's around you. So make sure you pay attention to that. The books you're reading, the people you're watching on YouTube, have you invested in a program right now? Like every day, the last thing I do in my day, other than plan the next day, is I watch 60 minutes of a program and I read 30 minutes of a book. I've always got a program. Then one day a week I got coaching as well with my coach. So I'm focusing my environment to say I want to be guided by somebody that's doing better than me. I want to have resources to support that. I want an environment that's saying I can do it. And if you don't get on board with that, then that's fine. We can be friends. But when it comes to business, keep your nose out of my business because it ain't anything to do with you, right? And I let people know that. Hey, Richard, I don't think that. I'm like, I'll stop you there. Like I said, decision. This is what I do. I love it. I can keep on going until I'm as good as I can possibly be at it. When I was still even lower down, when I still wasn't sponsoring many people, I'm like, I'm going to master this. I'm not going to quit. I'm going to do this. And I guess we'll just see. But as for this conversation, you've never been in network marketing. You don't know anybody really that has. Everybody's got a friend that knows something. But about this particular subject, I know way more than you. So you know way more than me, maybe in teaching, maybe in parenting at the time, or whatever it was, like maybe before I had a child, whatever, right? You know more about me than this area. But in network marketing, I know what I'm doing, respect my decision, and stay out of my damn way. I would set people straight like that because I was so close. There's so much up for grabs. I had to keep a proper roof over our head. I mean, I'm thankful the amount of money we make now, but it wasn't always like this. Back then, I was struggling to keep a roof over our head. I was struggling to pay debts. I ain't got time to massage somebody's ego and pussyfoot around tiptoe. You know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, I'll listen to you. I'm like, no, I don't want to hear that. Are you helping me? No. You're hindering me. So get out of my way because I'm in a hurry. And I lost some friendships for that. But you know what? They weren't really friends in the first place. What is more important to you? The approval of some of the people around you that aren't really your friends, or the success and progress you're going to make by sticking to these and actually following through and taking action? It's a question for you to answer. Anyway, I hope that's helped. Did that help you? Maybe one of those was more 7 plus a bonus, was more beneficial than the other. Let me know which one that was in the comments, or if you've got something else that's helped you stay motivated. If you like the video, like the video. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're on my podcast, obviously if you're a subscriber on either channel, I'll see you on the next one. If you're looking for more training and resources from me, the best place is richardmatharu.com. So richardmatharu.com, myname.com, bunch of free training, years worth of work over there for you, resources, training, everything from free products to paid products, from whatever level you're at, is there for you. If you want to reach out to me, if you want to ask me something personally, my social media links are in the description. Give me a day or two. I am a busy boy, but I do take time out of my day to message you back personally, so you can get a hold of me that way. As I always like to say, go create a day in a life that counts. Always have more desires than excuses. I'll catch you on the next one, and bye for now.